Hey everybody, howdy.
Hello,
Um,
hello.
hello. My name's Fabs. Welcome to Going Critical. This is Manhattan by Midnight, our Tuesday, Vampire the Masquerade, campaign, and yeah, this is where I take your favorite content creators and run them through a world of fantasy. Uh, so let's get to it. Let's introduce our cast. As you see, we're missing somebody tonight, but that's fine. Alex will be hopefully feel better and will be joining us next week. And we'll continue with our story. Kai, would you introduce yourself and who you're playing?
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. I'm Kai. I use he, they, she pronouns, and I am playing Andre, the New York Bruja, and he uses he, him pronouns.
Amazing. Blue Jay.
Oh my gosh, I'm second this time. Hi, I'm Blue Jay, and I will be playing Elizabeth, the, I guess, originally English Toreador. If we're gonna go with like location-specific introductions. And yeah, I'm excited to get to play again.
Amazing. Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm playing Rowan. She's a Ravnos, that's the one. Vampire. I use she her pronouns. Rowan uses she they pronouns.
Fantastic. And last but not least, Danny.
Hey, I'm Danny. I use they them pronouns, and I'm playing Evie, who is a Shamir, who is a she her.
Amazing. Again, I'm Fabs. I use he, him pronouns. I will be the storyteller for tonight. Just a little bit of reminder: this is a Vampire the Masquerade V5 game, but still, rule of cool trumps everything. So if we get anything wrong from the rulebook, it's fine, because we're all here to have fun and entertain. But yeah, last we left off, we had a weird visitor from outside in the coterie's New Haven. This gentleman, who now we know is named Lyran, kind of faked his way into an infiltration, and with his mastery of illusions, he was able to go around and snoop around the New Haven. He was then subdued without cost, however, as Aurelius, our French sad boy, got hurt in the process. But during this whole thing, they will be recuperating. They also had a visit from Annie Lovas, who is the La Sombra Primogen, and they learned a little bit of more information about this new sect that is giving them grief. Rowan had a quick phone call with one of its members and is setting up a meeting a week from the phone call. So now, thank you so much for the raiding party. Hi, Nala. Also, if you guys watching want to help out our kindred for tonight, you can use either channel points or make donations to give them either a reroll on a rouse check, a feeding opportunity, or if you want to give them a powerful flashback that will make them succeed in most of the things. The prices are down on our about section if you want to check those out. Obviously, it's not needed, but if you just want to help out the channel, that's there for you. And yeah, let's get onto it. Let's change the mood. It's a little somber for now. We're going to go and head to the eastern side of Manhattan, near Medical City, a neighborhood known for its general vicinity of hospitals. It is the home to NYU Langone, which is a very prestigious hospital and medical center over there. And as we zoom into this one medical office, Evie, you're finishing for, I mean, you headed into your office for maybe a lot of things, a lot of general things, but you wanted to talk to your sire.
Yeah.
How do you go about this?
So I usually probably don't go meet her face to face. I probably try to stay out of her way, and she's a very important, busy woman. But for this, I'll have like sort of sent her a message to be like begging for like a face to face. This is a very important matter as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. It takes you a while, probably about an hour before you get a reply. And it pretty much is an address all the way uptown to Bernard College, which you know is near one of the chantries, the Tremere chantries of the Camarilla. She said she will send a car, and in minutes you get kind of like a ping on your phone that the car is ready.
Okay. Yeah. So would have gone down to meet the car, and Evie's like dressed up for this occasion. She's like wearing almost like a very modern pantsuit, which is like very different than like how she would normally dress. She usually dresses like really cute dresses, sort of very frilly. And it's a pantsuit that's like in a dark like navy, which again, very different from her. Usually like favors white and like pastels to try to like give off that sort of very like youthful vibe. And so she's gone in trying to look mature, trying to look like a businesswoman. And like has her hair up in a bun.
Is this in the you're trying to get her to take you seriously kind of?
Yeah, like she knows that like Mama Madeline treats her like, you know, a younger girl. And so it's like, today we're going to like, I am going to proposition my parent for more allowance, so I'm going to have a PowerPoint ready, and like that whole vibe of just like, I'm going to come in as serious as possible.
Amazing.
To try to impress her.
Cool. So it takes you about 15, 16 minutes during the nighttime. It's a weekday, so the traffic is still manageable. You get all the way to about 116th Street. There's a coffee shop, and above that coffee shop is kind of like a meeting area that they set up.
Okay.
As you enter, there is a young woman, a barista, awaiting to take your order. But you know, they just greet you and like they say just like, hey, if you need anything, just let me know. And they're just like cleaning around. It seems like an empty place right now. You know that the meeting place is upstairs. As you walk up, you open this door and you see that your sire is in there. And she's just reading a book. And in there as well, you see a woman with purplish hair, kind of very petite, very young looking woman as well. She kind of reminds you of yourself, actually,
Okay.
but strikes you more of an authority figure.
Okay, and I don't know this person at all?
You actually do.
Okay.
This is the High Regent of New York. This person Let me just check my notes for names because it's a lot of names. Cecil. You know her as Cecil. Cecil Hennigan. They are also quite old, just like your sire.
Okay.
She's wearing a pantsuit as well, all white, and is just there. And looks at you. Is like, oh, it looks like we have a visitor. Yours, I presume. And you hear your sire. Yes. Oh, darling, baby girl, come in.
Hi. Hi. And like upon seeing Cecil there, it like just anxiety spike like through the. She's just like, oh god, this is I. Hi, I'm sorry. I thought we were having a private meeting. I just wanted to talk to you. And she has the journal
Mm-hmm.
naked in her hand. She's just holding it.
Oh.
Yeah, she had been planning to just have a conversation with her mom, she thought. So
Do you try to hide it as soon as you notice? Because you notice that like she's not looking at you yet. Like she's not looking
no,
at things that you
well,
have. So if you try to hide it, you can probably do.
I don't think she tries to hide it, but she tries to like treat it less like this is an important document that I was going to like present and like have a thing about, and like hold it almost like loosely at her side to be like, oh, this is just my day planner. This is not a big deal. Don't look at this thing.
Okay, so you're holding it like like it's a mundane thing and not really. Oh, yeah. You do that. I mean, honestly, you're not sure if they know what it looks like even. So you know, and you see, well, dear, I'm just gonna need a moment with my child, and you see, you don't have to say anything. I will take my leave, and please think of what I offered. And she walks near you, and you don't really breathe, but you know the scent of like poppy emanating from this woman. And she just passes you, gives you a look up and down, and you hear her say, it's like, you really choose them cute, don't you? And she walks out of the door.
As soon as I'm like sure she's like no longer in nice line of sight, it just like pulls the book up, holds it to her chest, and like kind of like runs over, like just tries to get over to Madeline as quickly as possible, and was like, Mama, I'm what was that about? Did I interrupt an important
No,
thing?
we were just about done. It's fine. I
Okay.
expected you to come anyway around this time. You wanted to talk to me about something.
Yeah, so do you remember the previous sheriff who was one of ours as far as being, one of our clan?
And then when you say that, she covers your mouth. And she waits for a second. And then later, in a bit, she takes off. She gives you the quiet, like, a motion to quiet down your voice.
Mm-hmm.
You met with the sheriff? You know about the sheriff?
I spoke with him. I'm going to meet him soon, in a few days. And
What for?
We've been under attack from them, and all they want is this book. And everybody else in the coterie wants to just give it to somebody. And I know that you're scared of them, and I don't want them to come after you. So maybe it is best, because we're linked. They'll figure out who is important to me and to who to go after. And I would never be able to forgive myself if I had the power to stop it and then they did something to you, because like who knows what they're capable of. we have one of them in our basement.
You
Secured.
have one of the members of the Spire.
Yes. And frankly, I would prefer to have just killed him. That's not important. Anyways, so I think we're going to hand this over because you said you didn't think it was a very big deal,
Well,
right?
things might have changed a little bit.
Changed how?
Well, here's the thing. The Spire was brought on by a man named Ramsey. He's known
Oh,
in some circles as the Prophet.
right.
And he initially tried to muster power. And from what I know is he tried to overthrow the Chantry. As he knows that if the Chantry falls, the outside defenses of the Camarilla will fall as well. That
Okay.
leaves the rest of the city open for any form of attack. From the Sabbat, from the north. We're not safe. I finally figured out what this book is. And that's what we were talking about earlier.
Oh. Wait, Aurelius and I figured out that this was location.
Yes.
Is that what this is? Is this the location?
These are safe houses on a schedule. The Camarilla have been working with the Giovanni. They have been making sure that Ramsey's torpid body is being transported regularly, as to make it hard for the rest of the Spire to find them.
Oh no. Okay. I think they know that enough to be a problem for me and the rest of the coterie, in that they're not gonna stop. So what am I supposed to do now?
Well, if you give me this journal, I can just say that I found it somewhere, somehow, and I'll give it to the sheriff. The sheriff will know what to do. I feel that the new Baron of the Bronx is trustworthy enough, and he will work with us.
Is it any more secure here than it would be in the library?
Well, the thing is, the library, the old sheriff can easily go there.
Yeah, but I mean, if I leave it with you, I don't know. They have weird tracking stuff. It's very weird. It's not bloodstones. It's something else. I don't even think it's technology. I think it's like real magic.
Well, the old sheriff was known to dabble in other types of magic, old lost blood sorceries and thaumaturgy, and his associate, the lady in white, is a weird, odd type of person.
Yeah,
And-
she's a real freak, actually.
Yes. So we'll be able to handle it. We have pretty much secured a box to pretty much house this book, to keep it away from them.
Right.
Dear, have you been eating? You seem a little.
I I haven't had as much time to go out, and I haven't had a chance to schedule a party in a while, and it's just been really crazy because, like, everything that's been happening has been really, like, genuinely terrifying, actually. That, like, it's been really bad.
Yes. Oh.
So, yeah.
Well, the stress is showing. You
Hmm.
need to fix that, dear.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as all of this is handled, Mama, would you allow me to speak to the other people in the coterie, because this is, we're mixed, and you can see, like, she sort of, like,
Mhm.
eye twitches at the idea that, like, she's got Einarchs that she has to, like, confer with, and it's like,
Yeah.
I just feel like I want to make sure they're okay with it, because if I go back into that house and they're not,
You're starting
I
to
don't.
see your sire's face is pristine and perfect, but you're starting to see wrinkles at the edge of her eyes and on the brow. And make a persuasion, like manipulation and persuasion roll, please.
Manipulation and persuasion. Oof. Man, I think I just have one hunger die on this.
It's fine.
Because I still have the paranoia, right?
Oh, you don't have the paranoia anymore.
Oh, I don't. Okay. I see. 2 successes.
2 successes. Her face relaxes. And she says, well, if you trust them so much, then you should. But I'm telling you right now, it's a better idea that we hold this book.
I fully understand. I just need to make sure that they are aware and that they sign off, because I don't want to get staked if, somebody has designs on talking to them, like, they know about the meeting, and so if they want to go with that meeting and I don't have the book anymore, like, they don't even know where it is, really. I'm the only person that could have had it, so it's just a lot on me if they disagree.
Let me get this clear before we end this. You set a meeting. Where?
Where did we start? I'm
There
so
was
sorry.
there was no place yet.
Okay, yeah, it was like, it hasn't been determined yet. We have a way to contact the old sheriff, and so he gave us a week to just make all of our preparations and things. So
Okay.
yeah, so don't know yet.
How
But
about
yeah,
this?
now I have to deal with that
How about
as
this?
well.
I'm sure that the sheriff would know places. Suggest the Russian tea house near the Lincoln Center. He should figure out that is a safe spot, and we should be able to provide backup. Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, that sounds good. And she's gonna pull out her phone and sort of like make like she's texting him, but she's actually going to text Rowan and just be like, I think I fucked up. Essentially.
Okay.
I know that she's AFK, so we'll tell her later.
Mhm.
But it's basically just like, I fucked up.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you end that meeting, and we're gonna move on to a different night in a different part of the city. Let's go with Elizabeth for a second. Elizabeth, you you wanted to purchase a get well gift for Aurelius, correct?
Yeah. I think that it might have been a hot minute between us getting thrust into the same coterie and the last time we've really spent a lot of time together, which like in terms of immortality is not a huge deal.
Mhm.
But uh seeing that they've continued collecting art, kind of like a little warm spot in Elizabeth's tiny undead heart.
Mhm.
So she thought that that might be a nice thing to do while they were kind of like out of commission, as it were. Kind of
Okay.
like a, well, nice to see you again. Glad you're still undead and also not dead again from that one time you drank that guy's blood and it was awful and you almost died. Okay, bye.
Okay.
That kind of present, yeah.
And you wanted like an art piece, correct? Because
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
Elizabeth's got a lot of connections
Yeah.
in the art world, and probably she's the type of person that likes to give people presents that she would want.
Mhm. There is a um there is a Ventru. Their name
Sorry, continue.
but this is not a regular Ventru. This Ventru actually deals in art sales.
Okay.
That's how they made their riches. Their name is Diane Touton,
All right.
and they reside in Turtle Bay. They have a gallery. You reach out to them, and they send a messenger to you, as they know that you are not a fan of technology. That they will be at their store that night. They gave you a time, and if you needed to order a car, you easily procure that, and you are whisked away to this gallery.
Yeah, I really try and ask Rowan, but Rowan's AFK, so
Yes, I
obviously they
know.
can't give me a
I
ride, so I
was
have to find
gonna
another ride.
Yes, I was gonna suggest that. But as you head to this gallery, um, it seems that there is like this new modern art installation that's going on in the gallery. You have like it looks like an avocado smashed on the floor, and there's like kind of like traffic cones around it, and just police tape for some reason, and like just a knife that's on the ground with it. There's a lot of like weird stuff. And you see Diane in the back, and you know the look of disgust, and this is what they have
Good.
on their face.
I was worried.
Yes.
Yeah, so Elizabeth walks up to her, and she's wearing a three-piece suit with no shirt underneath. So, you know, just the vest with no shirt. It's great. And her hair is just like long and loose. You always have to know what Elizabeth's wearing. It's very important to me as a player. And then she also has, you know, Red Soul high heels, just incredible. And she walks into the gallery, her hair just like, you know, the star of this outfit, of course. And walks up to Diane once she notices her, and like looks her up and down and does some like, I don't know, cheek air kisses or whatever. And it's just like, oh, good. When you told me to meet you here, I really worried that our tastes had diverged a bit.
And you see this woman, high ponytail, high cheekbones, turtleneck, and a really long like wool skirt. And you notice that they're just they're basically sorry, we're just checking in on Emily right now, and they'll be fine. But you see that she looks a little bit tired and frustrated, and she says, "Yes, I know. It's terribly bleak right now, looking at the gallery. But you know, we do what we do for money."
Oh, darling, you shouldn't worry too much. I have ties to a new crop of artists coming out of the schools in New York. They should
Please.
be probably, I'm hoping,
Much
going
better than
back to
this.
the humanist a little bit.
Yes. You know, modern art is just such a drab. People think that they can just drill a banana to a board and think art. I just miss the passion, the effort that they had back then.
I mean,
But
surely, darling, as a Ventru, you would be, I don't know, at the very least, able to manipulate these people, whether they liked fruit on a board or some of those digital-only art pieces that
oh,
I've been hearing
those
about.
those are hilarious. All of these fools getting duped and scammed for their own money.
I would
Digital.
think that would be something that you would be taking advantage of.
Oh, I'm much smarter than that, dear. I'm not gonna be.
Oh, no.
being
I
a
would never
fool.
say that you would be swayed by such a obvious scheme, but that,
Of course.
you
Of
could sway
course.
others to giving up their millions to you, as it were. I mean, I remember the good old days when there was actual currency being exchanged.
Exactly.
I don't quite understand how things are going now, but it seems, I don't know, interesting, at least from what I hear while I'm. Well, I don't need to tell you everything. I was actually here for a reason.
Yes.
I was hoping
I'm-
that you might have something new in your collection, something I might like, actually. And she looks around the room with a kind of like,
Yes.
not like this look.
Oh, of course. Follow me. And she leads you down to a kind of like a spiral staircase going down to the basement. And you see the brick walls lining. There's like a bunch of like art pieces, some of which are actually photos of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she does mention like, "Oh, darling, you're so beautiful in these shots. These are some of my favorites."
You flatter me.
Oh, I don't. I do not know how to flatter whatsoever. And she opens a door, and you see it's kind of like this. It's kind of like this personal museum, with glass cases. You see, this French woman is obviously terrible. You see stolen artifacts from different cultures. You see a terracotta
be as-
warrior in the middle of the room.
She can't be as bad as the Queen of England. It's fine.
This is true.
Heh.
Is he in a box? Anyway,
The other Elizabeth.
yes.
We don't speak her name except for when we're talking about me.
Exactly. So yeah, you see a bunch of make me an if you want. Let me just double check what would be the best skill for this.
Before I make you an anything, would I have had time to drink before this meeting?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
okay. I'll
Let's-
mark down one hunger for that.
No,
I'll
no,
deal with it.
mark down 2. It's been like
Okay.
several days. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're at 1 hunger. So that's fine. And let's see. Let me just pull up real quick. Let's do intelligence. And I'll let you choose academics, but because you have an art history specialty,
Specialty. that I
you
get
can
to
add
do.
1. Yes. Or if you want occult,
I think academics art history makes sense in this instance.
amazing. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I got 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yes.
You look around and you
Wow,
see
4.4. Goddamn. Sorry, the earthquake again.
Ooh. And as you're looking around, you see what what normally you'd probably say, oh, a letter opener, but it's actually a kind of bronze knife.
Mhm.
And you kind of noticed before that Aurelius did have some penchant for using knives before, and it's quite nice. It looks still sharp, even though there's a little bit of patina on it.
Mhm.
And yeah,
Diane, darling, this looks a little bit different from what I've seen from you before.
oh, these are all new. I just got them off the boat. You know, the fall of London. It's
Of course.
it's amazing that the London Camarilla didn't know how to handle keeping their goods.
Well,
So
their
I
loss
procured
is
some.
my gain, it appears.
Yes, of course. It looks like our gain. So, um, if you'd like to purchase this, I can give you a quote right now.
Oh, you know me, darling. You don't need to quote anything. Just invoice or whatever they call it. Just send the bill. I'll
Of
take care of
course.
it.
And she takes
We're
it.
much too old to be squabbling about the value of things anymore.
This is what I like about
If
you,
it's-
Elizabeth. You're beautiful, but also you're very direct to the point, and you don't like playing any games. Starts.
Well, you know
packing.
how it goes between people who have been around as long as we have. If something's truly valuable, then money can't purchase it. Only favors can. So if you are putting a price, then I know that I can pay it.
And I wouldn't have you in my personal stocks if I knew you couldn't afford it. And she starts putting it together and it's like, so I heard that you have a new haven downtown.
Oh, yes, well, I'm never one to keep all of my eggs in one basket, but I do have a place to stay downtown. That's
Hmm.
true.
I've been hearing a lot of
Complicated,
things.
but
Tell me more.
oh, well, I mean, the coterie that I've found myself included in is mixed company.
I heard.
Yes,
It's quite weird to hear that you're associating yourself with a bunch of riffraff from the anarch movement.
Well, some of these kindred have made themselves useful in ways that I would not abruptly set them aside. So
I guess if you need a
we'll let
blunt
it
instrument.
play out.
It's fantastic. That's good to know. Have you heard of the goings on up top?
Well, how am I to know if I've heard of what you're referring to unless you be more specific?
Didn't hear it from me, but I heard that the La Sombra Primogen got a little stern talking to by the prince.
Really?
Yes, it seems that they were snooping around where they weren't supposed to.
Oh, darling, you know that we all snoop around. It's getting caught. That's the problem.
Yes, and it seems that they were cops. You know how it is when it comes to work and, what do you call this? Conflict of interest. Well, I guess it's quite known that the previous sheriff was the Primogen's lover.
And
Well, the prince was worried that they were trying to help them out.
oh, she should know better than to mix love and politics, now shouldn't she?
But is it true that you were attacked?
Oh, you know that people are always trying to test me, just as I'm sure they're testing you at different manners. I'm sure.
Oh, nobody tests
Okay.
me anymore. I just do what I am told. I live under the radar, and that's it.
Oh, well, maybe I'm having a little too much fun, I suppose. It'll die down.
So, this journal isn't in your possession?
Mine? No. I would never dirty my hands with something like that.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
If I knew where it was, would you find it valuable?
I wouldn't, but I know someone who would.
Is that someone the prince or sheriff?
Definitely the prince.
Hmm.
The sheriff would probably try to just pry it out your hands. But
Oh, I could probably cut my hands off. I played a cheeky little trick on him.
exactly. The prince will reward you handsomely, though, if you.
Oh, I know that you don't understand this, darling, because, of course, money is everything to you, but there are some things that are more valuable than a reward, such as the prince would give me.
Oh. Money is important, but there are things in our world that's much more important than money. It's called
Such as?
power.
You know I don't play those games.
Maybe you should think about it then. She finishes wrapping your package, and presents it to you. I'll mail you the bill.
Thank you. Now that you speak of it, I do believe that the person who will be receiving this gift has designs in a similar manner to what you were just speaking of, power and all that.
Well, maybe you should let this person know.
Maybe I shall. Well, it was lovely to see you again, darling. And do you want me to do something about the state of the gallery upstairs? I can have someone else move in, someone with better taste.
It's fine. This is gonna be just for a weekend. It's a release. All of these pieces are gonna be bought. We're gonna have a killing out of it. It's fine. But thank you, darling.
You know I would never want you surrounded by such distasteful works. But if you're going to make your money off of it, I suppose I'll leave it be. I will actually, now that we're speaking of it, I will, when I send back the bill, I will attach a few names for you. I know that, well, you don't much care for all of my students, but I have an idea of the ones that you will.
Okay. Well, that would be lovely if you could. If you could send me that list. All right.
Of course.
And as you finish this interaction, you get into your car, or if you want to call your own car.
Oh
it is
yeah, now that
possible.
Rowan's back.
Yes.
I feel like we could maybe retcon if Rowan doesn't mind. I needed a car. Could I have asked you to give me a ride?
Yeah.
Not in your truck, of course.
Yeah, she can get a different car. It's just to pick you up.
Just for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she walks out. She has this little like neatly wrapped box, and like she's definitely the type to sit in the back seat, like no matter what. So she gets into the back seat and like closes the door, and it's like, "Thank you so much, Rowan. I think probably just back to the Haven, unless you have somewhere that you need to go."
Not immediately, no. Do you want to pick up ice cream? Do you eat that sort of thing? Do you want to get something before we go back home?
Ice cream?
Mm-hmm.
Darling, I don't believe I've had anything of the sort for 200 years.
I think it's probably overdue at this point then.
You eat food?
I mean, eating is subjective.
Doesn't upset you?
I've put worse in my body than
Oh.
food before.
I suppose. I mean, I've had the blood of someone who's diabetic before. That's sort of like ice cream.
I'm gonna trust you on that one because I have not had that experience myself. But if you want
Oh,
to go
darling,
pick
you
up,
should. It's so sweet.
maybe Evie has some in her lab that we could go and get.
That would be delightful. Great suggestion.
So are we driving to Evie's lab?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, we will go to Evie's lab. I don't know if she's there or not, but I think regardless, we're gonna
I mean, it could
try
be
to
a night
find-
when she's not absent, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's say Evie's in their lab that night. You're pretty sure, like, you know, it's a different night from like the previous meeting that we had earlier. But yeah.
Yeah, she spends like 90% of her time there, so.
So you head over to Medical City, and you know where the office is. You've been there before, and yeah, Evie's lab is there.
Rowan, you still have a key card. She wouldn't have taken it back after her,
Okay.
like, your week of, or just be like, you're not taking any more jobs.
So Evie's just in the middle of the lab when we walk in, or do
What are you doing?
Assuming
Yeah.
that this is after her meeting, she's probably not immediately visible. Like, she's probably back in her library, stressing the fuck out.
So I don't think that Elizabeth will have been here before.
Probably not.
So what is it? Is it like a medical lab?
It's
like
it's like a Red Cross like blood drive clinic kind of thing where people donate blood in the front rooms, and then there's like a blood lab, like a blood toxicology lab or whatever in the
Mhm.
back supposedly. And then like even further back than that is like a secured area, which would be under the pretenses of being like blood pathogen storage, where it's very dangerous. You can't have people going in there.
Well,
Is
it's not.
actually her haven, which is a library.
Okay.
And has like relics and like old vampire like lore and stuff tucked away in it, and like first-hand accounts of like really old generations.
I'm trying to see. Would it be heightened senses that would allow, like, is there something that would allow me to like smell what the dyscrasia of a blood is, like if it's in a bag or something like that? Would that be heightened senses?
Wait, so you wanted to?
I was just wondering, like, what the vampire skill would be to be able to like smell blood and know like what dyscrasia it is, or whether it came from someone who was on drugs, or whether it was
that is
someone who's diabetic.
that's actually an advantage. You need Bloodhound for that.
Oh, okay. So I definitely don't have that then.
Yes.
I knew there was something. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, in which case like Elizabeth comes in and like kind of like knowing that she's not going to be able to just like, you know, find herself. This is a bunch of, you know, beakers and shit. Like they definitely had scientists in her day, but like she wasn't one of them. So she like goes in and like sets down the box on like a counter, and it's just like messing about with everything and like looking through refrigerators and like storage containers and like, what's this? What's that? What's this other thing? Just making a general nuisance of herself.
Good. She will not be stopped.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah. It takes like a few minutes before like Evie comes out, and she's just like, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
We were looking for one of your Lunchables.
Lunchables.
What's
Well-
a Lunchable?
you see, Rowan told me about something called, well, I mean, I'm somewhat familiar with it, ice cream. And while I don't eat I was thinking that you might have something, generally sweeter, dessert flavored. If you run this place, which I guess I've never cared enough about your life outside of how it intersected with mine.
Yes, because learning how to do things would be really hard for you. Anyways, you want food? Okay.
Oh no, not just food. We want a treat. If you have one.
Evie's just looking at Rowan like, why? Why
Why did you do
this?
this to me?
Also smiling.
Okay. Just come with me. And she's like taking you out of like basically storage for the regular lab. And just like, don't touch those. You just stop that. What are you doing? And it's like everything is clearly marked as well too. So.
Oh yeah, Elizabeth is doing like it's very cat-like, where I am getting into these things because you don't like it, not necessarily.
Yeah. I'm imagining like Evie walked out and there's like been like packets of blood that have been taken out, partially opened, sniffed, and then like left on a counter somewhere. And she's just like, why? My lab. So she's gonna
roll me a composure check.
Can I just fail it? Because
yeah, sure.
She's not going to be composed. She's going to be freaking out. Like, she keeps the lab very neat and tidy. I imagine her like lab assistant is also just like at her like desk off to the side, head down, just being like, "Don't talk to the weirdos that have come into the lab."
Is the lab assistant human?
Yes, Fahira
is.
Okay. Is just
well,
a human
when Elizabeth gets to
medical
see the human,
student.
Elizabeth is definitely going to turn on the eye and like sit on the desk and like cross her legs. And
if Evie sees this, she's going to grab Elizabeth by her fucking hair.
Ooh,
you
try
see,
me, baby.
You see this medical student, clearly from Southeast Asia, not a place where I know.
Is this the Fabs character?
Who was forced to be a nurse by their family. Anyway, projecting. No, it's this very which you can see is like has like a cross, is a very devout Catholic woman. And she's looking at you, and you've seen this look before. It's the look of like, I'm straight. I'm straight.
Does Rowan see this look?
Yes.
Can I notice this? Okay.
If Evie wants to pull me off the desk by my hair, she's gonna have to roll for it because I will resist.
Yeah, no, Evie is like, absolutely fucking not.
Roll me a contest of this is physical, so strength and brawl.
A delicious 1 hunger die.
So strength and brawl, you said?
Yes.
Failure.
Well, I got 1 success, so suck on that. It was also on my blood die that I got my success.
Okay.
I don't know if
regular success is fine.
Okay.
So
I don't know how hard you want to do.
But yeah, so
yeah, so maybe you like pull like grip her. Are you actually trying to pull her off by her hair, or was that?
I mean, she will grab the most accessible thing, which Elizabeth's hair is very accessible. She's got a lot of it.
It's just like
beautiful.
a tug.
Evie does not care right now.
So yeah, you're not using. Oh, wait, it's a blood die, so you couldn't reroll. Okay. So yeah, you grab her hair and you like yank. And do you know that screen cap from Sandman where Dream is like pulls Desire's hair and Desire's head just goes back, and it's like the most like like maybe you were intending to do something useful, but instead she just like makes it very sexual.
Stop making it
and,
weird.
Like lets out like a light moan, and she still has awe on to like impress this human, and maybe it's just like you unintentionally like play into it now.
As you audibly moan, this med tech student is just like, and she's just like, she clearly is uncomfortable, but also just flustered. And Rowan, you see this.
Yeah, Rowan's gonna sit on her desk.
No,
the other side, we're like framing.
No. Fariha, go home.
Why are
He's
you
just, like,
why are
telling
you
her to-
telling your
She
assistant what
takes
to
all of
do?
her shit and is like, okay, and she just takes her tote bag and just like in her coat and just goes.
Why are you so mean to your assistant? I don't.
I am not mean to my assistant. Definitely saving her for some bullshit. Absolutely not.
All
No.
right.
Rowan, she just doesn't know what she's missing out on.
I
Look,
can see that.
If she wants to explore that on her own time,
No.
she absolutely can. She's working. I'm
No,
working.
Maybe I met you.
Oh, no, no. We've already established I'm not that into you.
That into.
She's pretty.
Do you ever think about her like right before you go to bed?
Actually, no, I really avoid that because that's weird. And
So you actively have to try not to think about me, is what you're
I
saying.
try not to think about anybody because I meditate before I go to bed.
What do you meditate?
Yeah. It's very helpful.
Why are you so angry all the time then?
Looks at Elizabeth. It's like, my life has a lot of stressful things in it. Anyways. Yeah, don't eat people that belong to other people. How about that? Can we please?
Darling, who said anything about eating? At least not without her permission. I leave
Dubious
plenty for
consent
you.
at best.
No, I think you didn't give her a chance.
I think that you would find that the consent that people give to me is very enthusiastic.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Anyway.
But you don't have to touch my things.
Oh. Well, she wasn't a ghoul.
No.
Of course, if she was, I would never.
She is under my protection because she's learning from me.
Oh, but darling, you know that no one else. I'm just speaking as a an elder here. You know that no one else would respect
You are
her
old. That's
unless
true.
you blood bond her.
No.
You do realize that you are putting her in danger by not protecting her within the ways that the kindred would understand.
Just trying to work a job and then. Nope. Most people come in here to read books, not to get a snack.
Most people?
Yes. When people
you
come
don't-
here. What?
You don't invite other kindred here then. You have
I
blood
do,
everywhere.
but they
and-
usually have to submit a form and a request to get into the library. They're not here for a buffet.
Well, then what's the point of all this?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask.
Okay, you're a baby, so I understand why you don't know, Rowan, but you really should know better. You know that our lore is scattered around and there has to be a place to collect it. That's why the library's here. I know reading is not your strong suit, but some of us care.
I'll have you know that there are entire books written about me.
Yeah, but have you read them? That's the real question.
I had them read
Guys
to
are so
me.
mean to each other. Why don't you just say something nice about each other and
I
just
tell her she's pretty all the time.
Yeah, but she already knows that.
It's
That's
still
true.
a
It's
nice
kind of
thing
a
to
fact of
say.
life. Would you
I
like
feel
me to
like she's
compliment
not-
you?
That's not something she needs validation on though.
All right. I find that I've been challenged, and I will always rise to a challenge when issued by someone, well, interesting. Something nice about Evie.
I think Evie's pretty, and it seems like she's smart.
Yes, but those are fairly common compliments, and I would never give anyone a common compliment. Evie, darling, if you manage to survive for another 100 years without losing your head, which I think you are quite in danger of, meditation or no, I think you will find that you will amass quite a bit of power with all these political machinations that you have. I see them being very effective over time. That's probably the best compliment I can give you.
surprisingly good, considering I know you don't care about that stuff.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, now
Thank
you compliment me.
Hmm. Mm, I wish that I had the power to manipulate people as well as you do. You've got a lot of people wrapped around your finger, and I find that very impressive.
And they like it too, don't forget that.
Yes, I'm sure they do. But it is very useful power. It's very impressive.
Well, I mean, libraries all know. You could learn to do something like that.
Points itself and is like, this doesn't attract the right kind of attention.
Oh, you just need a better wardrobe.
My wardrobe's really good. This is fucking designer. She like flips the tag out and be like, this is really nice.
You look like a fairy tale clown or something like
A
that.
clown?
Like a little Lolita clown. I don't know how else to describe it.
Darling, when was the last time that you looked at a little porcelain doll and thought it looked powerful?
So, understanding that I don't have this to work with, I have to work with what I got. I don't have assets to show off, so I just let them think that I'm small and like malleable, and then I usually stab them.
See that that's worked quite well for you up to this point, but I'm saying if what you wish is to manipulate people in the way that I do, you don't actually need to have any of this. I mean, Rowan does quite well. Compliment you too. Gosh, I'm on a roll.
Look, Rowan is also not interested in politics, and like politics is weird. It's not about getting people to like you. It's usually getting people to be scared of you or think that you have something that they want. And
I have manipulated quite a few people into believing that I am the only thing that they want. And I'm just saying that it doesn't really matter what physical body I inhabit, or you do. That's still something that you could learn to do.
Okay.
You have all the time in the world.
Right. I don't know. The last time I got a guy to be even vaguely without it. Okay, so two guys that like really were theoretically my dudes.
Yeah.
Ran away to Paris with you. Right?
I would
under pain of death.
Sorry.
And then the last guy was probably trying to trick me into giving him the journal.
Oh, darling.
So,
I mean,
maybe not the route I should go with.
You do look very young.
Yeah, exactly. The type of attention that this points at teenager body isn't good. It's bad. Maybe that's just not what I'm supposed to do.
You make yourself look younger, though.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily want to make myself look. Maybe I don't know.
What do you want to look like?
I don't know. My wardrobe's curated by Mama, so.
Your mother?
Yeah, she sends me stuff that's in the current season, and.
Is your mother also a vampire?
She means Hosea, darling.
Oh.
I've witnessed relationships like this, and they always left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I don't know. I usually just wear what she gives me, and it's nice.
That's like way younger than even your apparent age. That's.
Elizabeth like takes your shoulders in her hands, and then she like stands you at arm's length, and she looks you up and down, and she says, "I'll have my tailor send some things over, darling."
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. That sounds like
Would you
oh,
rather dress
you
like me?
favor. Looks at Rowan and is just like,
What is Rowan wearing? Rowan wearing right now?
Rowan? That's a great question. Rowan is probably wearing a very tight black dress with the midriff like bare like here and some punky jacket.
Ooh.
I
A
mean,
little farther from Evie's
Yeah.
current style
it's
than
almost like the polar opposite. Evie's probably wearing like some very faux Victorian looking shit and like ballet flats.
Some
It's just like-
cottagecore looking shit.
Yeah. It's
oh
like
my god.
the nicest, laziest version of Little House on
Okay.
the Prairie.
As you guys are talking about this and talking about we'll see if we have time for the montage in a bit. But we're gonna move over real quick to Andre.
Oh, hey.
And Andre, I gave you 3 options earlier. Who did you wanna pursue?
I think I want to go see my buddy Sammy.
Okay, Sammy. So Sammy, you were looking online. You're pretty used to social media, and you saw that Sammy was doing a show at the Mercury Lounge in the Lower East Side.
I go to that anyways.
Yeah. And you take the F train going to the 2nd Avenue, and just walk a little bit further. You start smelling not the food from Katz's Deli, but the line of people and the different kind of aroma of just blood wafting in your nose. But you have more to do. You haven't seen this guy in a while, and as you walk into the Mercury Lounge, you feel the bumping, the bass of the see if we have something that fits the thing. I don't think we do. No, actually.
My cat will score us. It's fine.
Yes, and you feel the bumping of music and the vibrations of the speakers. You feel the heat of each body. They're just watching the show. You see that there are guys looking for luck, and women maybe if the right person comes along is looking for love. And you see at a distance, with a gnarled face, with a little bit of eye makeup, Sammy Sweet Cheeks, a Nosferatu frontman of this band, just starts rocking out in the on stage. And
Andre starts by just fully. This is his scene. He is thriving. It's been really chaotic and not fully being keyed into the politics of everything. He's been like very quietly sitting on like a little ball of anxiety of just like, I don't know what they're talking about when they're talking about some of this other stuff. He doesn't want to run to his sire and just be like, hey, tell me all the things about politics that I've been ignoring for like 100 years. So he's just kind of like shaking it off and kind of feeling himself. And you know, Sammy's an old friend. This is it's familiar and safe and not this new chaotic life that he has found for himself.
Yeah. And you hear somebody, you notice that somebody says like in the audience says, hey, did you hear that Sammy, this is like a legacy guy? Like, this is probably the 5th iteration of Sammy Sweet Cheeks. Like, I remember, I heard that, like, he passes down that mask. Like, and, like, it's this guy trying to impress a girl about knowing Sammy, like, the history of Sammy Sweet Cheeks. Because he's been in the business since the 70s and the punk era. He's seen partying with Vivian Westwood and like all like the Sex Pistols and
Yeah.
everybody.
I turn to that guy and I just kind of like lean into the conversation, just fully inserting myself without prompting. You know, one of them was a girl.
And like the girl was just like, no shit, really? Like, when was this? Like, what, like the 90s or something?
And he just kind of like nudges the guy, like, you figured out, you're smart. And goes back to just like enjoying the show, just like, here,
Yeah.
guy, here, let me help you with something.
Yeah, and like you hear this guy spew bullshit, like this guy just lies. But yeah, you head over, you enjoy the set, and he sees you from a distance, and he points at you during a performance, and he points in the back, as he's like doing his thing. You see a security guy call you over, and he ushers you to like kind of a back door, and there's it's kind of like a small green room. There's a couch, there's like a mirror, there's like a bunch of like guitar cases strewn about. There's like a bunch of beers, and there's like a woman there. It's like, hey, you a friend of Sammy's?
Yeah. I'm guessing you're a friend of Sammy's too.
Oh, yes. She gives you a quick kiss on both cheeks. It's like, can I offer you something? Beer, bourbon, champagne. You want some blow? We got some, like a few joints in the bag as well if you want.
I'm good right now, but I don't mind if you partake.
Oh, amazing. All right, thanks. And she walks over to the table and does a line, and she says, like, you a friend of Sammy's?
Yeah, it's been a minute, but we go back.
Nice. Yeah, they should be done in a bit, and you start hearing footsteps from the stage going down. You hear people outside, just chanting, Sammy, and just like waiting for another encore, but he's like, fuck them.
Andre also starts cheering just to kind of be a dick.
Yeah, and as he sees, he's like,
Sammy.
fuck you, mate. He gives you a hug, and it's like,
Yeah.
It's been how long? How
Wow.
you been, mate? Doing well?
Too long. I'm doing some new stuff, trying something new.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about you. How's the new domain going? You all good?
It's going. It's a kind of a weird situation, but we're getting through it. I actually, not only did I hear that you were playing, and I had to come see it because
Of course, you're always welcome.
Good set, by the way.
Thank you.
The tensions are a little high in town. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, I've noticed. Like, yeah, I had to pay my respects to Baron Amanda, and she seemed a little bit on edge. I've never seen a burn scar in a while, but somebody got branded. But yeah, a little bit of punishment there. But either way, I'm a little. Do you mind if I grab a bite while we talk? Hey, if you want.
She's all ready to go.
Exactly. I can already smell it. Would you like to partake as well?
Yeah.
All right. And she knows the drill. She offers both her wrists to the both of you. And as you both partake, this this kind of different sensation hits you as the drugs in the blood affect you as well, and you're feeling a little bit of a high. He says, look, mate, hey, and you see some people like trying to pack, and it's like, hey, look, I'm trying to talk with my mate here. Could you like fuck off real quick? And people start leaving the room. It's like, oh, you can stay, to the girl that you guys are feeding off of. It's just like taking sips, and she's loving it. He says like, look, I'm a little worried about you, mate. I heard there was you did a job for both Camarilla and Anarchs together, and I don't know how the city runs the way that it does, but seems a little bit dangerous. What happened?
Gotta do some fealty every so often, and apparently I punched the wrong guy at the wrong time.
Bet he deserved it too.
Always.
Yeah. Look. So you didn't hear this from me. He looks at the girl. She's a little passed out. Like, look. So they've been talking, and apparently you were tasked to bring some form of journal, book, whatever, ledger.
Yeah, they keep going on about it.
Look, if you find that ledger, keep that away from the Camarilla, bruv.
Yeah.
Look, I have some mates all the way across the pond, and apparently, they're trying to make a move on your city.
Huh. You don't say.
Yeah.
Isn't that old hat? Didn't we already do that, what, like 300 years ago?
Yes, they tried and they did not succeed. But it looks like with the help of a bunch of Tremere here in the city and from Boston and Hartford, it looks like they have a better chance right now. Look, the Prince of Boston ain't fucking around. He doesn't want these Londoners just fucking around their kingdom over there, so they're kind of sending him over to New York.
Alright, well that's helpful. Always depend on you.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want you to get in no trouble or anything.
Look, I'm already in trouble. I'm a walking piece of
Yeah.
People
With
think,
that beautiful face, who could say that?
exactly. I don't understand what everybody's. Look, I understand being this ugly isn't easy for most, but it's how you use it, right? It's how you carry yourself.
I like the eyeliner. That's a good touch this time.
Yeah, like I wanted to. You hear the rumor of like people thinking up like several people passing down this mask. Anyway,
The internet's a great place.
Yes, it's hilarious how most of our kind haven't caught on. Anyway, I just want to make sure you're okay. And if you ever need, look, I'm heading all the way to California after this. Might make a stop on Chicago, but shit goes sideways. You know, I'm a call away. I'll send some people. I can ship you over there. All right?
I appreciate it. Hey, if you hear things going sideways in New York, you just stay clear.
Of course.
But this was good to know. I'll keep that in mind for if I ever find that journal.
Yeah, just so you know, these Tremere, they really want that. They really want this thing to happen. Apparently they're getting something big out of this. What it is, I don't know, but.
All right. Well, maybe I'll go looking. Find me a journal and a prize.
All right.
Here, let me help you out with that. And he's going to just very gently run his hand up this lovely young woman's arm, and he's going to use cloud memory, not to remove the memory of her enjoying the evening, having a good time with him and Sammy, just removing any possibility that she would ever remember this conversation.
Amazing. She's kind. It automatically works.
Cool.
And yeah. And with that, it's already 10:30. We're gonna take a short break, and then we're gonna continue on to our last Fignet.
Wonderful.
And yeah, to people in the chat, you guys are wonderful. Thanks for joining us. I hope you guys are being entertained. I hope you guys are having fun. But right now, I think you guys should get hydrated, stretch a little bit, stand up and move around, and we'll be back in like 5-10 minutes. Cool. See you guys in a bit. And we're back. Howdy, howdy, howdy. We're back with Manhattan by Midnight. Thanks for joining us tonight. Last we left off, we had a little bit of focused vignettes on our characters, with Evie and their sire, with Elizabeth and their Ventru friend, art dealer friend, and Andre with his long old friend, Sammy Sweet Cheeks. And now we're gonna change the music again, give it a little mood change. Rowan.
Hey.
It's up to, I'll leave this up to you if you wanna take that coffee date that your new friend has offered, or if you want to go straight to Andre's to ask for help for the numbers.
So they have texted me saying that they want to go get coffee.
Yes. They've been sending you like requests for like, do you have like Instagram, do you have like TikTok or like Twitter or something. They send you like videos of like cats and like ducks or some shit, like just a bunch of TikToks.
Yeah, she'll go out to see them. I think she might, just because she might just take the cat with her and just see if the cat wants to come to whatever coffee shop that probably does not allow cats.
Make a persuasion check.
For the
like
coffee shop? Or
no,
for
the cat. Like manipulation and persuasion.
Oh, manipulation is a great tool that I have. Let me check.
Oh no, manipulation and animal kin.
I don't see animal kin. I might have an old sheet.
It's so it's.
Oh, I have it. Yeah.
It's right under
Okay,
skill.
that's not
the word
many.
Skills.
Is it over 6 is a success?
Yes.
Or over 5?
Over
okay.
6. 6 and over.
Then I have 1 success.
You hear. And then the cat just walks away, walks into the kitchen, and does not want to come with you.
Yeah, Rowan took that as a no. Yeah, they'll go meet up for coffee.
You hear a crash in the kitchen. What you can assume is just a glass just toppled over by the cat. As you exit, it's a nice fall night. You also notice that the Terry's guys have already planted the wildflowers outside of your brownstone. You're walking, it's only a few blocks away from where you are. And you see that you look inside of this restaurant. It's this Italian restaurant, and it's about closing, and you see there's only like one server, and it's Maritza, and there's only two this like white couple. They look like they're in their like 60s, and you see this guy taking $1 from a wad of cash on the table, and he has taken another $1 from the wad of cash the table.
He's like taking the tips away from the waiter.
And you see there's like a few bills still left on the table. He pays the bill. The woman looks super snotty and proud of herself. Maritza is not having a great time, but she's powering through. And the two walk out, and you notice Maritza just flip them off as she takes the cash from the table. And
As I'm passing them, can I just subtly try to trip this old man?
sure. Give me like a, I don't know, like a brawl and dexterity.
Okay. Brawl and dexterity. Oh, it's one success.
So this guy just trips and falls, and you've seen the Lifeline commercials, right? He just I'm falling, I can't get up. And he's not having a good time. You see his wife, what you can presume is just like, oh, could you help us? Please call, like, and she's trying to get her phone out, and it's like, can you call for help or whatever? Like, and they're freaking out, and this guy just broke his hip on the curb.
This guy's head. Fuck.
I mean, you're not sure if it's broke his hip, but like he can't stand right now.
Ma'am, I think you should just probably put him down at this point. I think it's
Put him down? What do you mean? And you see he's all dirty now because there was like a puddle where he tripped him.
He's fine. Rowan opens the door and just like kind of side eyes him as they walk in.
She's like, sorry, do you mind waiting outside? I'm just gonna clean up and then I can meet you real quick.
Yeah. Rowan goes up back outside to the elderly couple again.
Yeah, and that's being taken care of. People, like, there are bystanders going around them trying to help them out. Roll me wits and insight real quick.
Okay. That is 3 successes.
3 successes. You notice that as soon as you walked in and Maritza saw you, clearly her mood just changed and she had like her look just lit up. And as you're waiting, it doesn't take long. You see that she's now in more of a relaxed kind of garb instead of like the stuffy uniform that they had on earlier, and said like, so had a long day?
Yeah, just really quick, can you hear my husband talking on the phone in the back, or are we good?
A little bit, but it's fine.
It's fine. You can't tell what he's saying.
I'll give him
It's it's inaudible. No, it's cool.
Yeah, sorry, can you say that again?
She was like, long day?
Not particularly. What about you?
It's all right. And she sees what's happened to the old man, and she's like, ha, fuck that guy. As you guys cross the opposite side of the street, heading to this coffee shop. You guys go in. She orders some coffees for the both of you. Says, yeah, have you ever worked in service before?
Yeah, I currently work in service.
Great. Like, have you ever experienced some asshole just coming in and saying, hey, this is your tip, and every mistake you make, I'm gonna take $1 from it? This asshole just thought it was an amazing idea to do that. Oh.
Yeah, not to me personally, but I've seen it done. My boss is kind of a little scary, so.
Oh, really? Do they take care of you?
Yeah, we take care of each other usually.
I think that's kind of sweet. Yeah. My boss is fine, but you know, she doesn't really. Her husband owns the thing, and she manages, and you know, it's a formal employee employer kind of relationship. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah. And you know, she talks about her day. She tries to get to know you a little bit. Um, and you hear a loud bang on the window.
Is it is it her ex-boyfriend?
And she's just like, oh shit. And you see it is her, whatever he was to her.
Mm-hmm.
And he's about to head to the entrance of the door. People in the barista is just wondering what the fuck is going on.
Do you want? I'm really
No.
good with this sort of thing.
No, you don't have. Look, he's bigger than you. It's fine. Look, I'll just. Can we just brain check? I'll just. And she pretty much
No.
like.
No. Sit down. Rowan's gonna get up and kind of meet him halfway.
To get out of my face.
All right, come with me.
Who the fuck do you
starts-
think you are?
Pulling him by his shirt if he will go.
Give me a strength plus brawl check, please.
Okay. Brawl plus strength.
Yep.
Oh, it's one success.
It's one success. He just
Yeah.
he shrugs his arm out of your. It's like, you really want to do this, huh? You really want to fuck your day up, huh? Let's go. And
I
he
would
just
love to fuck my day up. Sir.
he grabs you by your jacket and like tries to drag you. Do you resist?
No.
Okay.
I'm going.
He drags you out. He pushes you, and he's about to swing.
Okay. Are we in an alleyway or are we outside?
No, outside, just outside.
Okay. I'm gonna take a couple steps back and just. This isn't really the place for this. This is not.
He's already winding up, and he's just like, he's a dumbass. Like he's just about to like punch you in the face.
But I don't know if presence will help if he's already super angry. But if I can.
What are you planning to do with your presence?
Let me read it really quick. But I just want him to be a little more afraid of me than he is.
Sure. Do you have? What do you have? You have awe, right?
Yeah, I do.
Daunt would have been more of what you would want, but I'll allow you to use awe to kind of hold his attention. Give me kind of like give me a manipulation and persuasion check real quick.
Okay.
You're really good at that.
I'm really good at persuasion. I'm really bad at manipulation.
Okay. We'll see. Also add your presence. So.
Oh. Okay. How do I add my presence?
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 die. Add your hunger. Just one hunger.
6 die in addition to the persuasion and the manipulation?
No. That's total. Persuasion, manipulation, and presence.
Oh, okay. So, my hunger die is 1. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I got 3 successes and 2 10s. If that's important.
Oh,
to
yes, it is. Cause that's was it on a blood die?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, so that's 7 successes right there. So he just like stops, and it's like, look, I don't know who the fuck you are, but this is between me and my girl. All right.
let's just go somewhere a little bit more private, and you can tell me all about what's between you and your girl.
Are you trying to come it on to me right now?
Sure, if that's what gets you out of here, come on.
He follows you.
Of course.
Of course he does.
She's gonna lead him to just some sort of like very secluded alleyway.
Yeah.
And once he's alone, she's gonna bite.
Okay. Roll me strength and brawl.
Okay. Ba-ba-ba-ba. One success.
One success? Okay. I got none. So you bite
Okay,
it.
good.
Okay, so you bite. He's like, what the hell is this all about anyway? Oh shit! And now you're
I
bit.
would love to rip his throat out if that's something I can do right now.
Yeah. Are you gonna take the remainder of your hunger down?
I mean, I only
To
have
zero?
one hunger, so
If you drink him dry, it's 0. But if you just kill him and not drink it, it's still gonna stay to 1, but you can kill him.
I don't want this to get super messy. So I think I'm just gonna murder this man instead. And I'm gonna use silence of death so that if he screams, no one will hear.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure, you can do that. And fuck. Okay. So you do that, and yeah. Describe to me. Actually, we're just gonna fade to black to that. Like,
Okay.
you do what you do. You do what you do, and you start hearing footsteps, and you start hearing Maritza. It's like, where the fuck did they go?
If I can, I would like to use chemistry to kind of, I'm not sure if you can place where a sound would be, but to just have my voice from behind her if possible, like calling like her name a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
And then she's gonna go the other way.
Roll me
Not
first.
be seen with blood.
Roll
on
me
her face.
first if you can create that sound. So I need you to roll a
Okay.
chemistry roll. Plus I believe it's charisma?
Okay, so is the chemistry dice is just one dice, right? Or
No, your Auspex is at 2, so
oh, okay, so 2. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I've never done this before. Okay,
it's all good. It's all good.
so that would be 2 successes and I don't know if this matters, but a 1 on my hunger die.
No. You
Oh, okay, cool.
with the 2 success, I'll say, like, let me roll. Okay. So yeah, it works. Now what?
Am I covered in blood right now?
No.
No, okay. I'm going to kind of try to circle back around the alleyway and try to go, like, if we went right down the street, I want to go left around the building and try to go back up to the front.
Yeah, sure. She was a little confused. Then you come out. It's like, what happened? See.
He. I don't know. He just started, like, I think he was on drugs and he just started yelling and he kind of actually just left.
Okay. And she believes you, and you go on with kind of whatever this is, like a date or anything. I need to ask you a question.
Yes.
So, looking at your convictions,
Yeah.
don't get into fights or violence for fun.
I forgot about that. That's yeah.
Okay. I want you to mark your humanity, mark a stain on your humanity. We're
Okay.
gonna resolve that later on. Also, lying is pointless. Avoid lying unless
It
it's
is
safer.
safer in
So,
this like I feel like it is safer in this scenario to lie though than to
Okay.
not lie.
So that's great. So you don't get a stain there. However, worry about yourself. Don't interfere with other people's personal decisions. Do you think that that was a breach of your
Yeah.
conviction?
Yeah, this is not this was by no means a good decision. It
Okay.
was just a decision.
Mark
Um
a second stain on your humanity, and we will resolve that at the end of the session.
Okay.
We will see if you lose humanity during this session. All right, and that date goes well. She actually at the end of the night asks if she can kiss you.
Honestly, Rowan's not really feeling it at this point.
Yeah, that's why
I
she.
feel like she's gonna very politely decline since she just killed this woman's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, and she looked a little disappointed, but she understood. But she gave you a big hug instead.
Okay,
Her
cool.
warmth, the smell of blood pumping through her veins, smelt delicious, but also it clears in your mind that you had, I don't know, did you, like, it's up to Rowan if they had a wonderful night just talking and shooting the shit with this person.
I mean, I don't know. I don't I don't think like it's complicated because I don't think Rowan feels like either of them are in a great situation right
Yeah, of course.
now.
Of course. I'm just like using it as a descriptor.
Yeah,
Up to
yeah.
you if they enjoyed the night, and after that, you guys parted ways. And in another night, you did want to do one last thing.
Yeah, I would like to go get Andre's help to figure out the address of the phone numbers in the what was his name?
Tester
Guys-
/ 1,000 other
yeah.
names.
Lyran's phone?
Lyran.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Chester's the other guy. This is
And you'll and
a Nancy
All right.
/ Evie's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Slash Evie's boyfriend.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
Yeah, you know that Andre is spending time at his new rig at the Haven.
We
Yeah.
can fingerprint unlock his phone by just going to his duct tape wrapped corpse.
I feel like you guys overwritten that like
Yeah.
the night before. So it's gonna be easy. So yeah. How do you guys go about this?
Yeah, I mean, well, do you really know? I don't know if this is really your area of expertise, but I was feeling we could maybe stake out the house before we see these people.
Their house.
Yeah.
You want to find the spire.
I just want to snoop on them a little bit.
All
From
right, well, let's start by pinging their IP.
Sure.
Okay, roll me technology and intelligence, please. That's for whoever's doing the thing.
Oh, it
I'm
is
Assuming
Andre.
it's Andre. We're good at two things, guys. We're pretty, and we know technology. But not today. That's just one success. I'm gonna use a willpower. That roll was garbage. That was so many ones. None of them are my blood type, thank God.
Okay.
Oh, that's better. 3 successes.
Amazing. So with 3 successes, you can definitely find like records where it was bought, whose name it was under, but you can't find like ping the location with the 3. If you had a little bit more, then maybe. But yeah, you know that the person that is under, get you that name. Okay, the name is Austin Collins.
And I just cold Google search Austin Collins, New York City.
Yeah. You see Austin Collins. He is an owner of a bookshop, also in the West Village.
Do you know where this nerd lives? Shows Rowan the address and everything.
It's only like the bookshop address that it was kind of like registered to is pretty near. It's about like 3-4 blocks away.
Do you wanna go? Or do you
Sure.
think it's better to maybe not be seen by them right now?
I'm not the biggest fan of subterfuge.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a night. Maybe
Is
we
that
can
you wanted to stay home?
I if you'll go, I'll follow, but otherwise maybe we could just leave this for everyone else.
We've left a lot to everyone else, and I'm okay with making some action on our own.
Okay. Maybe leave the baseball bat at home though.
Okay.
Just we don't need to get. I just don't. I've had a night. I don't need to get involved in anything else.
Fine. I will just come armed with my pretty face. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah. I think we'll drive to the bookstore.
Okay. You drive to the bookstore. It's this quaint little bookstore on Bleecker Street. You walk in and you see older gentleman. Looks kind. And he's like, "How you folks doing? My name's Austin. If you need any help, just let me know. Just so you know, we're about to close in about," he looks at his watch, "about like 15 minutes. So,
Sure.
if you want to do a quick browse, do that. You need me to show you around, I'd love to do that for you. But yeah, just whatever you can. All right."
Andre looks at Rowan just like, how do we subtle? What is subtle?
This guy looks like he's in his late 50s.
Sure. You got any books on BCBG?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Photo books, fine.
Yeah.
He got like a lot of historical photography. Yeah, and he takes out a
Jeez.
book and he's like, "Here you go." And he flips over. It's like, "Yeah, this is amazing. Local artist made a book throughout the years." He flips through. With one flip, you notice that you and your sire were in one. And he's just like flipping through. It's like, yeah, and he hands it over to you.
It's like looking at a yearbook,
Yeah.
but for trash people.
Exactly.
While like Andre's gonna do everything he can to kind of keep him engaged in this conversation and kind of like look at Rowan and be like, "Now's your chance to figure out what's going on here."
Rowan is like, slight panic. What was the guy's name? What was it again? It was
Austin.
Austin
Are you looking for
Williams, right?
Collins?
Collins. Okay.
And then our guy was Anansi.
And it was we found out that he lived here. He put this as his address.
No, Austin bought the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I'm sorry, I need to clarify. Like, how did it
No, you're
lead us
good.
to a bookstore?
It's Austin's. Does he own it? Is it?
Yes. So the Austin, who is in front of you, owns the bookstore. Apparently, the number that is being used by Lyran is registered under him. He bought the phone.
I see.
Yes.
Okay, I was unclear.
Has some ghoul energy.
Yeah.
While I'm talking to him, do I get a read that he is actually kind?
Make an occult roll and wits in occult.
Cool. We have wits. We do not have a cult. We're very good at things. Oh, good. That's 2 successes.
2 successes.
But if it is a failure, it would be a
is.
bestial failure.
It is.
Cool. Yeah. I fail.
You're starting to
I got a 1 on the hunger die.
Yeah, and you're starting to get frustrated a little bit as to what you're actually doing. What is this like in the back of your head? What is this really gonna accomplish? You're starting to get mad, you're starting to get easily triggered. Your social roles, if ever any, are gonna be at a penalty because you are enraged right now. Like the beast is getting antsy.
I imagine that looking at these pictures too kind of reminds him of a time where he felt like an apex predator in this, becoming the scene queen that he is now, just kind of like longing for feeling like the king of his domain, and looking at these pictures and being like, yeah, I am the apex predator of this, but I'm in a bookstore. What the hell am I doing?
Apex predators don't read.
They're photo books.
Amazing. All right. He's like, yo, everything all right, man? You look a little.
Yeah, it's fine. This stuff just kind of gets me pumped up,
Look, man, I don't want any trouble. Like, you want to buy that book? Look, it's $50. For you, I'll give it to you for $45. Just get out of my store. I'm trying to close, all right?
Rowan, you good?
Are you good?
Did
Andre?
you find what you were looking for?
No, but we can come back another night.
Yeah, ma'am, what are you looking for? Let's get this show on the road, all right? He leans over, like, your boyfriend's really creeping me out. Could you do something about this, ma'am?
Does he? It's fine. Andre, why don't you wait outside, honey? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. And he kind of slams the book down on the counter,
Jesus fucking Christ.
walks out.
Ma'am, come on. What can I do for you?
I'm sorry. He gets like this at times.
Has he been drinking? Like he's looking a little pale. You both are looking a little pale. You guys all right?
We don't go outside much. It's not alcohol. No, we're fine. He just needs some air.
All right.
I think you might be a victim of credit card fraud.
Credit card fraud?
What
do you mean?
I think someone tried to purchase something under your name.
Like what?
A cell phone, by chance?
Cell phone? Look, I have some employees here that I provide their phones for them, like...
Oh. Can you clarify that? Because if that's the case, this might not be a real security issue.
Wait a minute. Like, who are you guys? You guys... This is becoming really weird, all right? Like, I don't Rena,
No,
like
it's
how
just
this.
part of my job.
How do
My
you
boyfriend
know
came with me, and he was having a bad night. It's
you work for
not.
Verizon or some shit?
Yes.
Like, uh, make a subterfuge roll, manipulation and subterfuge.
I'm so fucking bad at lying.
Meanwhile,
Um,
outside, Andre is picking a fight with a city trash can.
Oh god, I have 1 in manipulation and 0 in subterfuge. Let's go. Okay. Um.
Oh, you're gonna automatically
No.
fail because you're gonna need
Yeah.
at least like 3 here.
Okay.
Because he's just like, it's like, look, ma'am, how about this? How about you leave my store, all right? How about you get out of my goddamn store, please and thank you.
All right.
This is why you should bring Elizabeth around.
Sorry,
Oh.
that was my water bottle.
You're right, though. We're not the social ones.
No.
I
Okay.
got so much manipulation. I can manipulate the shit out of
I
people.
am good at flirting with people and not lying. That's it.
He ushers you out. He closes the door. You hear a click, and then he just like runs to the back.
He runs to the back.
You notice he runs to the back.
Do I notice he runs to the back?
Make me a wits and awareness roll.
Rowan
Okay.
would tell him if he didn't see. Just
Cool. That is 2 successes. We're rolling so good.
2 successes. I'll say you see him.
Cool, yeah. Andre just takes a soaring leap and just goes for it because he's looking to pick a fight with anyone.
All right. I'll let you do the thing. So
Yeah,
you get to the back, and you see that he comes out like he's on his phone, and what you're hearing is, "Look, I think they're on to me. I'm gonna have to dip. I don't look, Chester. I said I was gonna help you guys. We said we were all gonna help you, but this is a bit much. I don't want to down two licks right now. All right." And you get there, and you see him, and he sees you and is like, "Yo, I gotta go. And he turns his phone off. He's like, "Look, buddy.
You honestly think you're gonna down 2 licks tonight?
Look, you don't want to fuck with me tonight, all right? I'll tell you right now. Yeah,
I don't think...
you are all out of our league. I'm just making nice to make sure that you ain't dying tonight."
You sure?
Oh,
Because
I'm pretty sure.
I could use a good run around the block or 2.
Oh, you want to run around the block? You want to run around the block? Come here.
I can at least send you around the block a few times. Let's go.
Let's go. And he just he waves off to you, like, "Come here."
Yeah. Andre's gonna
Like,
go
you
for it.
can
He's
do
listen,
all
he's crazy tonight. It's
Okay.
fine.
I'm gonna roll something.
Sure. This is how Andre dies, guys, just so we're clear.
I should have let you bring the baseball bat.
Fantastic.
So bad.
I need you to roll me. How are we gonna settle this? This is gonna be interesting. Okay. I need you to roll me resolve and occult.
So I get to roll you resolve because again, pretty not the most intelligent. Hey, but that's 3 successes.
He had 5. So
Cool. Yeah. You know what? I rolled a success on every die that I rolled. Just putting that out there.
Hey.
I did real good.
you did real good. It's fine because you don't get hurt. What happens is you start running at this guy, and you start running, and you keep running, and it feels like the street is like a treadmill, and you're just running and running, and you're running in place, but you're seeing.
Takes him too long to figure this out.
And you know how it is in Doctor Strange when they go into the mirror dimension? It looks like that. And he's like, "Bye, fucker." And he starts running.
What the hell? Rowan, he's running!
Okay, she goes and tries to find where Andre yelled from.
You can find it real easy. Honestly, he's probably running where you're coming from. So he's looking back, flipping off the bird to Andre.
Do you want to do a Looney Tunes run into each other?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You guys run into each other, and I will. What are you gonna do when you run into each other? I just want to know.
I think she's just gonna try to fucking grab his coat or whatever, his shirt or something. Just stop, stop. Like,
Strength or dexterity and brawl.
okay. Let's see. Oh man. This is more of Andre's specialty. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, you grab him. Andre, you're still in the mirror dimension. You're running, like, everything is just, it's infinity right now.
Doing so good.
He's like, yo,
Do
get
you wanna
off!
talk? We can just talk.
I will disintegrate you. Let go of me.
Just fucking do it then. If you're gonna do it, I feel like you would have disintegrated me by now. Don't look at your sheet.
This is how Rowan dies. I take it back.
You know, he's like, look, I don't want no trouble. He's like, I'm sorry, he's not laughing. I'm laughing. He's like, I don't want no trouble, okay? Look, whatever beef you guys have is none of our business, all right? I'm helping Chester out just as like my cabal is like helping everybody out, all right?
So do you want to help us out?
No, because I don't know where you stand.
I don't stand anywhere. We're just Chester's. I don't even think we're against Chester at this point. I think we're just talking to him.
Make a... You know, you're not trying to manipulate him, but you're trying to... I'm gonna give you this once. Charisma and persuasion.
Giving me pity after the rolls today. Oh my gosh. Okay. 3 successes. I got 2 ones. I don't know if again that means anything or not.
No.
Not on the hunger die. Yeah, 3 successes.
If it's not on the hunger die, you're good. 3
Okay.
successes. He's like, all right, look. Promise me that I don't have to take care of your friend over there, and we can talk.
Take care of. Did you do something to him?
Maybe a little bit. And he ushers you over, and you see that like Andre is just like a million Andres in kind of like this weird like mirror thing. It's like, look, if he promises not to rip my head off, we're square. All right.
Honey, you're not gonna rip this poor man's head off, are you?
I want to right now.
Maybe just keep him in there for now.
Maybe let's grab a coffee and then we'll get back. Look, you
Come
know,
on.
and he's like, look, I gotta run some stuff right now. I really do. How about I meet you guys? And I'll bring Chester with me. All right.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Look, just tell me where to meet you guys. You know what? Let's just meet here in the store. All right? Safe, neutral space. There's nothing in there. It's just a bookstore. That's how I make my money. Anyway.
I'll actually buy that book if you do that.
I'll put it on hold for you when you're a little bit more nicer to me. All right? How you feel about that? Look, yeah, let's settle down. Settle down. Then we'll come back. This is my business. You know where to find me. I'll even give you my number, all right?
Is it in? Never mind. Okay, just yeah.
All right. And he releases you, and we're gonna fast forward since we've done a lot of like vignettes. It's been
Yeah.
wonderful, but let's get to brass tacks here. After the 7 days, Chester has texted you that I heard you met Austin. And we're going to have a meeting. And you guys show up as agreed at this bookshop.
Just me and Andre.
No, the rest of you, as you guys
Okay.
I
were.
think everyone would be
Yeah.
looped in, especially after how well that went the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, as you enter, you see Austin like, look, I'm a shutter, go around, and he's in the back. He shutters the doors, locking you guys inside the bookstore. Aurelius is not to be found. He did send a messenger to Elizabeth that he is recuperating from the injuries sustained from the other night still, and he will join you as soon as he can. You're in this bookstore. There's a bag there with the book and says asshole on the post-it notes. Yeah. What you guys doing?
So
Andre brings $40 and puts it on the counter.
who is this meeting with? Is this the one with Chester?
Yes.
Chester, yeah.
Chester,
Okay.
Austin is also going to join you guys to explain what's going on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Evie is wearing the outfit that
Yeah,
Please
so, like,
describe to us this outfit.
The flashback, what happened was Elizabeth made a couple of calls to her tailor or her
Mhm.
stylist, or
Yes.
both her tailor and her stylist.
Yes.
And she had a trunk delivered to Evie's room.
Yeah.
And
Jesus.
basically, like, she's good at fashion, and she is, of course, of the mind that, like, she's not going to be like getting something that wouldn't suit Evie. So everything in the trunk is like the similar silhouette that Evie's like used to wearing in terms of like kind of Victorian-esque, with the like smaller waist and the broader shoulders to kind of give you the illusion of an hourglass frame. She does throw in like some like roaring 20s kind of silhouette because she thinks it would look really good on you. The main difference is that where you were wearing a lot of like peach and cream and white and stuff before, like very childish colors, almost everything in this is like black or like jewel tones.
Mhm.
And like she probably doesn't put in any pastels because she's like absolutely not. And the second big difference is that whereas you have a lot of like lace and like sheer cotton, like she has a lot of like knits and silk and leather. So the one I linked, and I'll put it in the chat for anyone who's like wanting a good visual, but like the
It's so
one
good.
that maybe she had it like specially folded on the top with like a "you should wear this tonight" sort of message, which is like a very like thing a sugar mama would say sort of.
I think send me the link and I'll post it. I think there's a
No, I did it. Did it not let me?
It's not
no.
showing up for
Yeah.
anybody else.
Oh, it's just the one that's in the text
Okay,
channel.
I got it.
So it's like a black turtleneck, like cashmere sweater, for the top, and then like a leather, wide, like a skirt that is like goes in at the waist with almost like a thick like belt,
Mhm.
and then like goes into like a very full skirt.
Mhm.
And it has a similar like Victorian-esque like
Mhm.
silhouette to stuff that Evie has worn before, but like way sexier.
Andre full stares at her the first time he sees her wearing this, for the record. He's just like, hello, what is this now? He doesn't say anything, but he's just looking.
And yeah, like your Parson students, your new school students, did a great job sending you over pieces from their collections. Your stylist brought some like different things as well.
And definitely, after living for almost 200 years, Elizabeth was able to get your measurements just perfect by just like looking at
Just
you.
eyeballs it perfectly.
So everything is just so
Amazing. And yeah, you
Yeah.
guys are in this bookstore. It's a little musty. The tile is a little cracked on the floor. It's a used bookstore. There's a bunch of books thrown around. This guy really loves Bob Dylan. You see a lot of Bob Dylan stuff.
That's most bookstore owners for some reason.
This is a real store actually. But yeah, and he said that he'll meet you guys in the back. He's just closing up the front of the store.
Andre drops the $40 on the counter and grabs the book and just keeps walking to the back.
The only thing Evie would have added to the outfit, because like she likes it, she's like uncomfortable because she's never worn like anything leather before, so she's like, this makes a lot of noise when I move. It's just this is very heavy and thick. I don't. But she likes it. She likes how it looks on her. But she's added black leather gloves to it. So, like,
Oh my god.
Amazing.
just to complete the vibe. 'Cause she's just like, I don't know if I want to touch anything in the store anyways. So
And as you guys are walking to the back, Andre, you're leading the charge. The first thing you smell is tobacco smoke. It's a familiar smell, especially it brings you back from the days in the war. And you open this door, going to the back room, and you see a gentleman in a teal suit, cross-legged, sitting down, waiting for you guys, and just smoking a cigarette. And he looks up and is like, "Finally, please sit down." And there's a bunch of
I
seats
don't think
around.
we've been properly acquainted. I take it you're Chester.
Yes, I am. It's lovely to meet you all. Lovely to see you again, ma'am. And he gestures over to Elizabeth.
hello, darling.
Please have a seat.
Andre does not sit.
Suit yourself. He sits down. So, you have a member of my coterie. You have a journal that I really need. And you also have almost assaulted a friend of mine. And you hear now from the back, Austin comes back in. Hey,
You're just being peaceable, like, don't worry about it.
look, Chester, it's not like you guys can do anything to me, alright? It's like, yeah, of course. Look, he's not lying. He's not lying. He looks at your face right now and like with your expression, he's like, you've never heard of a mage before? You've never...
Oh, that makes the books make a lot of sense now. You're a big nerd. Got
Yeah,
it.
I'm a big nerd that can kick your ass.
Wait, so the bookstore owner, I'm sorry, did I miss that he's not kindred?
He's not kindred.
He's
I
a
think
mage.
it's
He's a
yeah.
mage.
Elizabeth looks newly curious.
He's like,
Wow.
hey. You look curious and he's like, hey, what's up?
I know how to compartmentalize. We can have this discussion later.
he sits down. This guy, okay, so he's in his late 50s, but he looks great. He looks like Colin Firth with a beard. Like,
Okay, so he looks great.
he looks great, but he acts like he's one of those like 50-year-olds who never grew up. And he's like,
Andre both wants to fight him and fight him.
Wait, is the Colin Firth with a beard the mage or Chester?
mage.
Oh, okay.
Chester is fresh-faced, He has kind of like this like emo look to him. He's rocking kind of like a not like a wolf haircut, but like kind of like a very messy kind of like coif, and he's he's fairly attractive. You do notice that he has deeper eye bags than most kindred that you've seen. And he's just
Sorry.
I was like, down boy. He's like, down boy, just relax. You may be a mage, but she can drain you dry real quick. He's like, maybe that's what I like. I was like, he looks
We
at
can
him.
revisit that statement later.
To Austin, relax. Okay. And he offers a pack of cigarettes if you guys want. Look. There's a lot of things happening in New York City right now that you are not privy to. And a lot of it has something to do with that goddamn journal that you guys have. Have you made your decision?
I made one. You should convince me of it.
I've thought. Mostly just curious what your whole plan is.
My whole plan is to make sure that London stays out of New York. Because if the
What about
camera...
Boston? What about Boston?
Boston?
They're trying to invade all over again.
Look, Boston wants to ship off the London Camarilla to us because they want to hold their power up there. The London Camarilla, however, has an ace up their sleeves. And he looks at you, Evie. That makes it easy for the Tremere to help them get what they want. And we're trying to stop that.
And why should we trust you?
You shouldn't.
That's fair. Then what
But-
makes you so fucking special that we should trust you with this journal?
What makes me special is I'm tired of the bullshit. I've seen it all. And I really don't want to have to go through all of the politics anymore. The Camarilla, the Anarchs, we think that they're great. We think one is better than the other, but they're all the same. One is just a shit wrapped in gold, and the other one is a piece of shit.
But darling, you forget the gold is worth something.
So is the shit.
I wink at the anarch.
Yeah, I think that was obvious. I mean,
So correct me if I'm wrong, but Chester, he wants the journal so that he can untorpor the prophet. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay. So, if he were to get this journal, which of course is an if, how are we to know that once you release the prophet, we won't just be the first target of his ire?
Because all we want is the High Regent.
And are you intending to stay in New York and become a third party vying for that political power you speak of not wanting anything to do with?
It all depends
On the prophet?
on what the rest of the citizens of Night say. And he looks at Austin. He's like, look, Chester over here, sure, he's older than me. I've seen a lot of shit. Wraiths, changelings, demons, and werewolves. They're all real. All of them, they're here too. But hey, this thing, what these new Tremere are doing, they're trying to fuck with everything. Alright?
Looks pointedly at Evie.
That's in comparison to the Tremere that were invading my house and trying to kill me. Just so we're clear and all the cards are on the table, your people have not been playing very nice.
Look,
This
Lyron's an
Tremere-
idiot.
He is, but my sire isn't. And the rest of Tremere are scared of you. What are you doing that's making them so scared? Why do they think that you're going to be a problem long term?
Because of this, and he points between him and Austin because of this.
Darling, when was the last time you saw the kindred working with anyone that wasn't kindred?
Especially the mages, they seem to be up their own assholes so much that no one can fucking see the light of day.
It's generally the rule of our kind that if we can't put a blood bond on them, they aren't worth keeping alive.
He's not blood bonded to you?
Why would it? Why would I blood bond him?
Because he could literally fry your ass if he decides that you're not worth serving?
Or for fun.
He's not serving me. We don't serve each. This is a partnership.
You don't serve each other. You don't like serve each other. Just to be clear and put it all on the table right now.
And then Austin is just, look, that was one time. Look at him. Just look
there
at him.
it is.
And he's
There
like,
it is.
shut up, please.
For my
nothing wrong with
player
Mm-hmm.
knowledge, are you able to blood bond a mage or another creature?
can.
That's not a. Oh, okay.
Yes, you can. Also, you do know that as a Tremere, you've learned through your years. As a Tremere, they can't really blood bond any other kindred, but
Yeah.
they can blood bond humans or mortals.
Oh, it's
It's their
Chester
curse.
Tremere?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was familiar with that curse, but I didn't know that Chester was Tremere.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Like,
think
for-
all of the Spire is Tremere, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So Evie's very curious because it's
Yeah.
interesting. And
Oh, that would make sense
doesn't-
why Evie didn't blood bond her. No, sorry. I'm just pointing out your failings left and right.
Wow.
Hi, I love you.
Yeah, okay. So you have a democracy with the mages? Is that what's happening? You've got a little coalition?
At the end of the day, what do we really want? Just to live, right? Live this.
I mean, I
life.
want a lot of things.
I want to live well.
You can live well without subjugating yourself to an old curse that the old council wants.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like anarch shit. No offense to my own people, but why are you advocating for what is essentially just destroy what's there?
The problem with the anarchs is there are still members of your movement that think that they're better than others.
Because we are, but sure.
No, that's
Oh,
not.
we agree on something amazing.
That's not even what I think. That's not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the barons who hold power and try to submit fealty.
Darling, are you a
people.
communist?
I like the idea of socialism and communism a little. Yes.
Ugh, it's so boring.
Mm.
Also doesn't work. We know that, but it doesn't
Yeah,
work.
people are selfish shitholes. We know this.
He cocks his head and is like. He looks
Someone
at
has
Austin.
to be in charge.
Someone can be a representative for the people. and not
They barely
hold
know what
complete
they
power.
want half the time.
I know it's not respectful to ask someone their age, but surely if you've lived among us for any amount of time, you will have seen that power invariably corrupts.
I
And
know.
that even the most gentle-hearted humans are easily twisted.
That doesn't mean that we don't try to change.
Maybe I'm too much of a realist,
Maybe
and
you
you
are.
too much of an optimist.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of bad shit as a stint as sheriff.
Does your prophet hold your same idealistic view?
He pretty much woke me up to this view.
That's
Hmm.
why you quit being the sheriff.
Yeah.
Because one older vampire talked to you.
Because I like my freedom.
I can get behind that sentiment.
Of course you can.
Evie, was it?
Yes.
Have you ever been subjected under the rituals of the old Tremere, of the old council, of the old pyramid?
Pyramid fell before she would have been involved with that. Unless I'm wrong about the timeline.
You have never been subjected because it wasn't a huge thing when you were sired.
Okay.
But it is known in some spots.
Okay.
What he's talking about, and this is above board lore, is how a group of Tremere elders held all the control of all Tremere. No Tremere had their own free will. And you remember this from, from talks here and there.
I haven't, but I am loyal to my sire and to everything that the Camarilla has given me. They've allowed me to live well, give me pretty much anything I want. It's just a matter of behaving.
So you'd rather live as a pet?
I don't think I'm a pet.
I bet that your sire probably thinks of you that. Mine surely did.
I'm more like a favorite daughter.
The same skin, but it's different skin, but it's all the same underneath.
We can examine family dynamics after. Ordinarily, I would take this conversation elsewhere, but I feel like you already know everything I would say. Which is to say that I have a feeling that if we give the journal to Chester and the Spire, inevitably they will still fail. And if we give the journal to the prince or the sheriff who requested it, it could do greatly to advance your position inside of the Camarilla. So...
And heard a lot of other things, just to be clear.
Who?
It's complicated, but everything I know says that the Camarilla is trying to protect the city. We don't want Boston involved. We won't want London involved.
Yeah, but what about those who don't want to bend the knee?
Also,
we have a truce.
Isn't everything you know from the Camarilla? You don't have any other perspective outside of what you were turned into.
Conversation is going to turn to treason. I would rather leave and let you all deal with the nap in the sunshine.
You're right. This
that
has gone a
inevitably
bit.
get.
This has gone a bit indelicate. Chester. What say we reconvene, us lords of our own area, and we'll get back to you. You'll notice we're short a member anyways. These kinds of decisions we do as a coterie.
Hmm.
You understand.
Well, I'll be sure to double check with your associate what his feelings are, because I might have heard differently. Look, either way, shit's gonna happen. You give us the journal, or you give them the journal. Something is about to go down. A lot of kindred.
Danes and why shit's gonna fucking happen. So
A lot of things aren't like things are complicated. You haven't given us a very good idea of like what your plan is, why you want this guy out, how that helps anybody other than yourselves.
Our plan is to make sure that the pyramid never rises again. Evie.
Is that all you care about? Fucking with the Tremere?
I agree with most of you that the Camarilla and the Anarchs are doing a decent job here. But if the Tremere get what they want and they let London in, we're all fucked. They want to control you. They're just too chicken shit to tell you that that's their plan. I think you need to listen to your friend over here. He seems to have quite an outlook with authority. And maybe you should start questioning the authority that holds on to you. And, ma'am, you seem to enjoy your unlife. Be smart about this. I'm pretty sure living under the Camarilla, they must have hurt you somehow. It is how it is there. I know that's how it is when I was still there.
Who is that ma'am directed to, Evie?
No, to
Me?
you, yeah.
Oh, darling. I don't let anyone hurt me.
Sure.
In your little socialist society of the night, do you give the same rights to kine?
Of course.
Right.
They're not cattle.
sometimes short lives, they also bring something to the night.
Exactly.
Someone so easily manipulated has very little value or, in fact, ability to contribute, in my mind. If you've seen how swiftly they turn from one thing to another. I mean, how long have you lived? You should know.
I pretty much know.
The way they tear each other apart.
I agree that there are a lot who do that. There are also a lot who create beautiful things.
Also, you say that like kindred ain't much fucking better.
At the very least, most kindred can protect their own mind.
Sure.
Well,
But this
no.
piece is really thin, and you know it.
I never said we were at peace.
Look. You do what you need to do. I don't want to make an enemy of you. If I have to take that journal by force, I will. He stands up. Make your decision. And make it soon.
You live forever, what's a couple days?
A lot of things that can happen in a couple days, and he starts walking out And you see Austin just like sitting down, just like looking at both of like Andre and Elizabeth is like doing the eyebrow thing.
Andre just kind of nods his head back.
I was mad at you.
Yeah, sure.
He's like, hey, all under the bridge, right? And
I know
Chester
where your
walks
store
out.
is.
Chester starts walking out. Austin just pipes up and says, look. The kid, well, yeah, the kid, he cares.
Sorry, did you just call that man a child?
It's just so easy. He looks so young. All of you look so young.
Looks can be deceiving, darling.
Oh yeah, he's about 89 or something.
Is he really?
That's it?
Yeah, he's pretty young. He's pretty smart though.
Oh, he has so much to learn.
Yeah. Either way, look.
Do you truly believe his professed equality ideals?
Hey, people are gonna butt heads, but if a certain people is threatened to lose all agency, you gotta do something, right? Look, I'm not a fan of you licks. I'm not a fan of some of the Fallen. We hate the Fallen, actually. They fuck shit up to the point where like we have to fix most of it. But I'm just kind of glad that somebody's trying to keep the peace, because whatever, Anarchs or Camarilla, I don't even understand what the difference is. But if there is an outside force that's threatening this ecosystem that we all have, our home, city that never sleeps, one of the best cities in the world, look, I can't stand for that. You guys stay here, you call this home too, you better think about it. And you little girl,
He's only so big.
yeah, and you little girl, look, you love your mama, but she's gonna like just feed you some juice that'll keep you like, you don't deserve that. Nobody
I don't have any
does.
reason to distrust her. I have every reason to distrust Tremere running around,
Hey,
doing things that they shouldn't be.
trust who you trust, but you already heard it here. If the High Chantry gets what they want, you're Dunzo and we're next. How do you think your clan came to be?
I'm sure that Evie will do her research before we meet again. Don't think we won't double check everything that you've told us.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, if you guys run into a Fallen, don't even believe whatever the fuck he says. The last one I heard, all he wants is chaos over here, so be wary.
Thanks for the book. I'll see you soon.
See me
Andre's
soon.
gonna
The fuck
start
you
walking
going?
out.
Night's early.
I'll see you soon.
Fucking tease.
Elizabeth is like looking like confused because attention is not on her, and she's like,
He turns at you. Is like, how about you? How about you, gorgeous?
I don't know. I'm a bit insulted. I wasn't your first choice.
Hey, I was a little bit insulted that I thought this was gonna be a group thing, so I was just making sure. But it looks like it's just you and me now. There's
Where's
a
Andre? She looks like toward his retreating back.
he whispers like, "Don't look at me and tell me that you don't fancy a handsome man. Doesn't matter if he's from, like, I don't know, Anarch country or some shit. Look at that ass on that kid.
Oh, darling.
Look,
I'm easy to convince in that department, at least.
exactly. It's all just physical nature. Nothing There's no love in it. Let's not fool each other here.
I could change your mind about that.
I'd like to see you try.
Oh, would you? Because I will right now. I'll turn it on. I will turn on the awe. I will entrancement the shit out of this guy.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. If he's gonna double dog dare me, I'm down. Okay, so
Magic, but make it spicy.
Spicy magic. What's the verses again? It's charisma and presence versus composure and wits, which I'm sure he has just aces of.
And the beauty of this is he doesn't need to roll a hunger die.
Fucking mages.
Okay. That is 6 successes.
I have 5 successes, but I'm gonna re-roll to see if I can meet him at the very least. So I'm gonna use one of my willpower.
Yeah, let's see.
It's the accurate use of willpower. You don't think I'm hot enough?
It's really important to me, okay?
I feel you.
Hey, he thinks you're hot enough. He just thinks that, love ain't a thing.
Still only 5 successes. One of my failures was on my hunger die. Is that?
Oh.
I'll let it slide for this check. It's
Do you have to?
actually no. You're gonna
Failure, but make it sexy.
No, you're gonna want this man's love and
Blood.
affection.
Oh, I'm gonna fall in love with him?
No, you're not gonna fall in love with him. You're just gonna be obsessed enough to be like, he needs to fall in love with me.
I was already gonna do that.
Yeah, that's your compulsion right now. That's anyway, so he's
so Elizabeth turns on the awe, turns on the charm. Evie's probably seen this shit before, aimed at her lab tech lady. Rowan's definitely seen it before. Andre already left. So yeah, Elizabeth does the whole rigmarole, and he got one more success than me. So I'm guessing he's not he notices, he sees it.
he doesn't look like he's upset about it.
It doesn't take his faculties away from him.
No, he's like, look, there's a wine bar down the street.
Truly, and you're not even kindred, and you can.
Baby, I can defy the laws of reality. There's nothing you can do to make me heel over.
Will you let me try?
Sunrise ain't for another 6 hours, though. Guess we got time.
Yes, we do. And
Yeah.
she just completely ignores everything else.
Yeah. And he stands up and offers his arm to Elizabeth,
Which she takes.
Okay. Rowan and Evie. We're gonna close on a scene depending on what you guys are doing. Everybody has left and there's 2 of you guys. Unless Rowan wanted to do something before anything.
I believe I got a text earlier from Evie, right? Is that still relevant, Danny? I don't know.
I don't know that it's super relevant right now.
Okay.
At that particular text, but Evie would have been like, I don't know. She would have revealed, I don't know that I trust my mother, which would be the first time she's ever said that and confided in that because of the regent being there. And then Chester has now confirmed some of that wariness. And so it's just going to be in a bad way, actually. It's just not going to be okay. So if Rowan wants to pick up on that as probably the only person to talk to about it at all, that could be a thing.
Yeah, if we have the time for it, Fabs. I don't know if we're running a little late or not.
We're running a little late.
Okay.
I will say, we're gonna next session we're gonna jump into a small vignette for you guys.
Okay.
But for now, as the night closes, and you guys are parting ways. Rowan, I want you I want to we're gonna resolve your stain roll.
Okay.
So I need you to take. We're gonna do it differently from the book because I don't really like how the book does it. Okay, we're gonna take your humanity. So take black dice, or regular dice equal to your humanity, and take out 2 of those because that's your stains.
Okay, so I'll just roll.
So you will roll how much humanity you have?
Without the saints?
Yeah.
5.
So with 5, roll 5 dice. I need you to roll at least 2 successes.
Okay, I got 3 successes.
Fantastic. Your humanity doesn't degrade. It stays where it is.
So it stays at 7? Or it's...
Yes, it stays at 7.
Okay.
You remove the stains. But definitely, as the night closes, you are reminded by your convictions and how you broke them today. Well, you broke them the other day.
Yeah.
And you slip into the silence of death as you do as the morning comes. Elizabeth, whatever happened between you and Austin... Oh, you're muted.
We're just having like a French philosophy meeting of the minds with a lot of wine, and maybe she's gonna try and convince him to let her feed from him and see if a mage tastes different.
Before last roll, roll me a manipulation and persuasion.
Okay. He's a victim, right? I'm trying to persuade him to be my victim?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the follows and the raids. You guys are awesome. We're just about to close on here, but we appreciate you guys catching the last minutes of our game. How much did you get?
I use the willpower because, again, this is very important to me. Because
Yes.
I am a horny teenager, and I got 6 successes.
Okay, your compulsion has dissipated, and he allows you to drink. And he's like, "Look, I'm not really into this thing, but I know it feels pretty good. So yeah, sure, why not?" And he pulls open his collar, and you notice that his bodies are filled with other sigil tattoos.
Well, I would like to inform you that I have lingering kiss, which means that mortals fed upon by the user become addicted to the kiss.
We'll see. I'm gonna do a roll.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't work on him, but he does allow you to drink.
It doesn't work?
The lingering kiss doesn't work.
Difficulty equals the user's presence. It says we'd have to make a willpower test equal to my presence. My presence is 3, and he succeeded.
I rolled a 6.
You rolled 6?
I had to I had a crit. I had a crit.
Fine.
Fine. I'm sorry.
Fine. I'm having a beast moment. Me as a person, as a player, not getting what she wants.
Hey, look, you guys are now acquainted. You can try again.
I want to have a cool magician as my blood bond.
We'll see. It's possible. You feed from him.
Okay,
he gives you his number. He doesn't know that you don't use phones.
I can have someone else use phones.
He gives you his number.
I'm how do I summon this person? Please.
He does.
I have a phone. Hello.
Oh,
he
hi. Hey,
he
what's up?
does like a lot of like magic tricks to impress you, and as the night goes on, whatever you guys do is between you, him, and God. um,
Nothing to do with God.
and yeah, we close the session as the sun rises with a lot of questions. Evie, with your sire. I was about to say Aurelius. Andre, with what's going on and your part about things. Elizabeth, you and this enigma of a man. And
Dare a human being resist me?
yes.
Mages, how do they work?
Mages, how do they work? And Rowan, you are quite relieved that your earlier display has not netted a loss to your humanity.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're gonna continue next week. I believe we are gonna be missing Blue Jay next week.
Yes, next week I will not be
Yeah.
here. So let's just assume that I'm gonna be trying to
You're
get
gonna be
us.
trying. But yeah, it was wonderful
Love that.
to do this game with you guys. To the people in chat, thank you for just dropping in, and the people who stayed for the whole thing. You guys are amazing. We always love having you around. Catch us again next week. If you're wondering where you can find us, you can check us at Going Crit RPG, both in Twitter. We have a lot of like other socials that we don't really use, but Twitter is pretty much where we have updates. You can catch like the VODs both here or on our YouTube channel. Links are below for sure. And let's introduce our cast one last time and see what they're up to. And you can follow them outside of the live. I'm Fabs, by the way. You can find me at Rockets and Pens. I don't have anything special going on except for this and the Thursday game. But yeah, we're gonna go around. Kai?
Hi, everybody. I'm Kai. I have been Andre, your dumpster person. You can find me all over the internet as Estelle of Imladris. You can see it in the chat. It's Elvish. Spelling it's hard. You can find me tomorrow on Mercs of Mischief as the Dungeon Master of the new series of Those Lost, a gothic horror 5e adventure. And you can also find me in some other projects upcoming that are not announced yet. So you can find me here next week, unraveling the mysteries of what the hell is going on in New York City.
Hell yeah. Blue Jay.
Hi everybody. So fun to roleplay with y'all today. Thanks for hanging out. You can find me on Twitter at BlueJay_712 and on Instagram at BlueJay. You can find me tomorrow around the same time over on twitch.tv/OnceUponADiceRoll doing some D&D. Playing a wacky little time sorcerer. I'm a chronomancer. Pretty fun. And then on this Saturday, I believe we're going to be restarting with Sovereign, which is the homebrew D&D 5e Arthurian Legends show I'm doing over on twitch.tv/TheLadyMay. MEA. So hopefully we'll be back with that this week because we've had some sickness, which is unfortunate, but it is the time of the sickness. So always better to get better first. So I'm really looking forward to starting that back up again, hopefully soon.
Yeah. Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily. I don't even know if I need to say this, but I played Rowan today, as you just watched. I don't have any announcements other than I am on this channel with Danny on Mondays for Hellions. I play Xanth and Dane plays Yana. I'm only gonna be on it for another 4 weeks or so before I gotta go. So you should go check out the stream because it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and you got a book. Book
No,
about slugs
no.
and love.
No, not yet.
Soon.
No, it kind of got delayed again. So
Fun. last but not least, Danny.
Hey, I'm Danny. I've been playing Evie. You can find me on Twitter at @Lane. I don't have a lot of announcements other than the Etsy store will be opening on Friday. That's going to be at etsy.com/thepeony and lotus, which will be a DM-centric resource and gift hub. So something to look forward to for the upcoming holiday season. So that's coming out soon.
Amazing. And yeah, if you guys had fun, if you guys are interested actually in joining us, we're having a Halloween Spooktacular in October, and we're starting casting. We just put out an application for our new one-shot Kids on Bikes game. You can check it out on Going Crit RPG on Twitter. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. We enjoyed the time with you guys. Hopefully you guys had fun. Bye, friends.
Bye.